everyone to poppin' often with Lofton. Today, we're gonna be playing Savior. I wanna warn you, this job is actually really difficult. It is actually one of the hardest LSS jobs in the game. You have to know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. It is very punishable, but it's very, very rewarding. Swordmaster is kind of the same, but you have a little bit more leeway because their hitboxes are so big. Savior's hitboxes are not that big, and she's very punishable. She's very hard to get used to, but once you do get used to it, you will be a god. A hands down god. Every single Savior player that put the time into Savior and got good just smashed everybody. Like everybody. This job is so versatile. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, let's learn some Savior. As always, if you guys enjoy my content and you guys want to help support my channel, scroll down to that Patreon link below. You not only get early access to my channel, but you also support my channel and you get a little bit of goodies. So check it out. So when dealing with Savior, we want to keep in mind of what I just said. The fact that a lot of what goes into her is very, very difficult. If you really want to truly be successful, you have to learn stepping. Stepping is one of the most important ways to be good at Savior. So if you don't know how to shadow step, learn it. If you don't know how to flash step, learn it. Use one of the two. You will have to know how to move quickly with this job. So let's kind of just talk about a few things in her kit real quick. So the one thing she has that makes her very, very unique is the back step. You don't actually have to combine it with an attack, but you can if you want to. So the process is dash forward and then just back up. That's it. Dash, go left. Dash, go right, and she'll do it. If you add an attack into it, she'll go ahead and attack. You can obviously skill in it. There's no restrictions. You can pretty much do what you want. Only thing you can't do is like move. So like you are locked into that dash until you get out. There's no way to get out. And no, you can't do it in the air. You can't do it with flash step. You can't do it with rocket step. There's no way to really do anything unless you are touching the ground. I guess you could say one of the best ways to pull it off is probably like something like that. But like, you can't do it unless you're on the ground. So it's forced. You know how crazy this job would be though if you could pull it off in the air? Now let's talk about her other attacks. So the one thing that Savior has is the double slash in the air jump. 1-2. Pretty much the same thing that you would see on her first job in the skill tree. Remember when I was talking about the skill tree? If you guys haven't seen that video, feel free to go over there and learn some LSS skill tree. But she has an ability to double tap, and I think that's probably where it came from. They were like, well, she has it in her fourth, let's try to put it on her first. So just like the other job, you're not forced to press it again. You can press it once and just leave it at that. So you could just do this, just do that. That's perfectly fine. But the issue with that is that you can just do so much more with just double tapping it. Even if you want to hold it until you get low, you can still double tap and hit the ground without actually making yourself vulnerable like that. You see? So it's up to you how you want to use it, but I recommend that you always double hit. There's no reason to not double hit. It doesn't knock them down, and it allows you to set up your combos a lot easier. The other thing that we have is the jump into the up arrow. So jump, up arrow, ZZ. Same thing. You can choose not to press it. Oops. You can choose not to press it, or you can choose to press it. Up to you. This is really cool because it makes you float. So like, if you were happening to do something, and you were like, I don't know, I'm gonna fall. I don't guess. Like, I don't know how to really like sum up the example, but there are times where you be PvPing and you need to float to like dodge an ability or something. It's very cool to just like jump down and then just like tap it again and then just float across like that. Like there's different reasons to use the float thing, but it's just, I just thought I should mention it. It's not gonna be something that you use all the time, but it's something that definitely will turn the tides if you can manage to do it at the right time during the right example. Also, just like the Swordmaster, you can attack the person up top if you do that. But you have to be fairly quick. If you're not quick at pressing it, she's gonna miss one. Whether it's the first one because you're too low, or the second one because you're too slow. Too low or too slow. So you wanna wait for the peak timing for her up Z so you can get the double hit. Just like that. The other thing that she has is a down Z, just like Swordmaster. See? But the cool part about this move is the hitbox is huge. So if anybody's above you, I mean, you just set up for a free grab like that. Look at that, boom. And they just get a free grab like that. Easy. The hitbox is ginormous. I mean, it is huge. Even if you go like this, look at that. Look at, oh my lord. Oh, and a double grab. It's nasty. But once again, you have to know what you're doing. It's not something where you can just like, oh, I'm spamming the stuff and I'm getting kills. No, not happening. Savior is very, very methodical, just like Swordmaster, but you have to be more precise, unlike Swordmaster. Swordmaster, you can get away with just missing stuff, but when it comes down to Savior, you need to make sure that you are actually, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. That's kind of fun. You need to make sure that you are actually precise with what you're doing, or else you're just gonna screw up. So let's talk about the combos. Once again, This class has some combos that KOG just doesn't have listed. Only thing that it says that it has is ZZZZZ, which is this. I'll demonstrate it. But she has actually 2 more attacks. Okay? So she has one you can do any time before 4 hits, but if you want max damage, you have to do it at the 4th hit. So you want to do it at the 4 hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, spin up, you can go for a grab, and it's pretty free. Also, you can do the same move by doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you can time it right. I've done it before. I'm not going to try it again because I'm probably going to fail anyway. But you can do your double jump attack like that, and she'll get hit by both of them if you time it right. If you don't time it right, what's going to happen is she's going to just like fall over like that. But if you time it right, she will land right there, and you can do this before she hits the ground, and that's stronger than a grab. As you see right here, a grab is 198. So the fact that you can double tap like that, and if you crit, it's 260. Just easy 260 without a crit. So like I said, if you can practice that, by all means. I could do it a couple of times, but it just wasn't consistent. And honestly, I wouldn't play Savior like that anyway. This is somebody who really wants to main this class. I 100% think you should learn that, but I'm not one that will main it. So learning all of that little itsy bitsy consistency stuff, I'm not really worried about. Just like autos, like I want to be able to tell you how to do it, but it's going to be up to you to actually perfect it. The other thing that she has is the one where she goes sideways like that, the double attack. That has to be performed at 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, knocks him up. Or you can do 1, 2, whatever. You could do it at 1, honestly, if you really want to. But for max damage, you need to have it at 4. And then at 5, you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you knock them down. If you're too late with it, she's just gonna knock them down and you can't get that extra hit. I'll show you. See, now I can't get that hit. So it has to be at 5. Honestly though, I don't recommend you doing that. I just recommend you always going for the 1, 2, 3, 4 into the hit, because you can just get a free grab like that. It's just a free grab every single time. You can do the jump attack too if you would like, but like that's just a free grab every single time once you get them into the double hit combo like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the thing, go ahead and get a free grab, and you're good. You see what I mean? Like it kind of knocked her down, but not to the side. So that's what I mean. And if you double hit it like that, she'll stick and she'll just like take the both hits of the damage. So it's a time thing. All right, so now that we got that down, let's just talk about the abilities real quick. So this is where I think flashing and shadowing needs to be kind of a thing. You have to learn how to step to get a lot of these grabs off. So as long as you're in their face, kind of like this, you should be able to get the grab just by dashing like that. It doesn't require flashing or anything. But the problem is most of the time you can't set up to be that close. You're like somewhere right here. Right? And then if you try to go for that, you just can't. You'll miss. You have to flash. Or you have to shadow. I don't really never shadowed with Savior, to be real with you. I've never been the one to. I've always flashed. But yeah, I mean, you have to flash to get a grab like that. If they're not in front of your face, you have to flash. And so that's why I said it's important to learn that flash. The second ability, nothing really happens. You can't really do anything off of that combo. It just is what it is. Should they fall down? And then the third ability, once again, you don't really do anything off that combo. It just is what it is. It happens. So the only setup potential you have is her first ability and just all your combos. It's pretty much mashing all the jobs together and saying, here's what you learned. She also can auto. I'll show you over here. She also can auto. Once again, it's just not something that I add into my playstyle, but as you see, she can auto if you would like to. I told you, I suck at autoing because I don't practice it, but she can. Now, one more thing that I want to show you is the fact that she can lock someone in the corner. Do I need to move my camera? Let's just move it. If you put them right here, you can actually hardcore lock somebody there or in the other corner, but you have to make sure you're not doing this because you will screw up. You have to just auto attack, and not screw up. So as you see, like that. And they can't really do anything. There's nothing they can do because they're stuck. So it's very hard to do because it's a rhythm thing, and because she has so many abilities that go off of dashes and go off of jumps and go off of, like, you know, the down Z thing, it's very hard to pull off. But once you do pull it off, you'll feel so rewarded with it. This is the easy way to pull it off. As you see, I'm just jumping. But I think the delay will give them a chance to move. I'm not going to lie to you. So there's another way to do it where you have to kind of just implement the dash into it. So essentially, what you're doing is you are going to dash to the right. Oops, you want to dash? That command gets so late. You're gonna dash to the right, right? And then we're gonna jump up, and then we're going to, while we're jumping up, we are moving to the left. We're going down, dash to the right, jump up, move to the left, like that. It's like that. That's how it really pretty much is. Like I said, you can't just get away with this. It's not that hard, as long as you time it right. But if you really want to make sure that they can't move because of delay or something, you're gonna have to learn to do the little dash thing, like that. So, it's hard to do. Not gonna lie to you, it is. It's very, very hard to do. Because you just want to mash it, but it's not about mashing. It's so hard. Okay. I'm gonna try. I want to do it at least one time successfully, like in a row. There you go. You see? There you go. Okay. That's it. Cut the camera off. Cut the camera off. If you can do it that way, they're locked and you're attacking faster. You have the initial, like 1, 2, when you're going down like that. But with the other one, you're attacking way faster than that with the dash. And that goes for all the characters. I'm just going to press Z one time just to show you. So if we just kind of do just one Z, right? So if we kind of just do one Z, that's what it looks like. Boom, 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 boom. But if you put the dash in it, and I'm just going to press one Z, you see how it's quicker. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's why you add the dash in. Of course, with Savior, you have 2 auto attacks, so it's 4 hits faster. So if you get that dash down and you lock someone in that corner, ooh, baby mama drama, I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, that's pretty much it to Savior. As I said, flashing is definitely necessary, and so is shadowing. You don't have to, but I recommend you do if you don't want to get beat. The fact that she's so quick is very, very awesome. I guess you can just spam this too. If you really want to get good at like tricking them, you can do that. And then you can toss in some attacks like that. But like, that's only gonna get you so far. If you can pair that with like, if you could pair that with shadowing and stepping and stuff like that, oh my, you're gonna be a tricky trick. I'm just saying. So I hope that helped you out. As I said, if you guys want to help support my content, make sure you scroll into that Patreon link below. Not only do you support the channel, but you also get early access to my videos. The support is just to help me be able to release videos every single day. The support all goes to my channel. It doesn't go anywhere else. So as I said, if you guys want help to support the channel, that'd be your best bet. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you for what? Popping often. With Lofton.